Hi guys! Welcome to Keep It Up with Sean. And for today's video, I will take you to discover a part of beautiful Belgium, the Ardennes, particularly in the province of Liege. The Fort Chartreuse is located on the grounds of a former Carthusian monastery on an elevated hill of Mount Cornelian in Liege and was originally built by the Dutch army who at that time administered Belgium. The country splits from the Netherlands and the fort became a Belgian military garrison. During the First World War, the fort was occupied and the Germans used it as a prison for Belgian patriots. There were 49 people executed and buried on the site, and after the war, it was used again as a military camp. Another buildings were added to accommodate more than 2,000 soldiers who were based there. However, during the Second World War, the fort was used again by the Germans as a prison facilities. After the war, the Americans used the fort as a 28th U.S. Army General Hospital, but was abandoned in 1982. Some parts of the fortifications were demolished in 2006, and the future of the building is unknown, although there are some plans to restore the place. When we visited the domain on a Sunday morning, there were some people jogging and strolling with their dogs. It looked haunted, especially when the buildings are covered by foliage and some plants are even growing on the floor and alleys. You can also find different kinds of graffiti, which added charm to this abandoned fortress. If you happen to be in the area, visit this building and explore its surrounding. And the good thing is, it is totally free. I love visiting caves, and Ardennes has a lot of them. The Cave of Han, which is also located in the Ardennes, was the first cave that I visited in 2006, organized by OBSG for students in Ghent University, and I was really impressed. Since then, my interest in caves developed, but so far, I've only been to the caves in Han, Romanesque, Dinant, which are all located in Ardennes, and I am still planning to add some on my list. So for today's trip, a visit to Cave Comblain is part of the itinerary. We booked a guided tour at 11 a.m. and we just arrived on time after the visit in Fort Chartreuse. It turned out that we were the only visitors on that time slot and ended up having a private guide, Laurent, who is so knowledgeable and passionate about the cave. He explained thoroughly how the cave was formed and how the rooms got its name. We learned a lot from this visit, and this is a perfect trip with children and is highly recommended. The cave is small compared to the Cave of Han, but still beautiful. There's another cave in Hotton, a few kilometers from Comblain, but I thought 2 caves in one day might be too much, so I have another reason to be back in this area. Our next stop is normally the center of Walburgh, the smallest town in Belgium. But it was so busy when we went there, and it's difficult to find a parking space, so we just drive directly to Radhadesh of Hare Krishna, a retreat camp in a castle. Because of COVID, the castle is not open for visit and guided tour, which I really look forward to. During the guided tour, these are the things included, and it only cost €6. So you will have a film explaining the history of the castle and the community, visit various rooms in the castle, including the beautiful temple room, with further explanation of the daily life and customs of the residents, exhibition about Srila Prabhupada, the founder of the Hare Krishna movement. There is also a magnificent view of the Ardennes landscape from the castle tower, a traditional Indian dance performance, which is only valid for July and August, and visit the Museum of Sacred Art or MOSA, as well as visit the Artisan Bakery. It is really sad for me to miss the tour, so we just ended admiring the beauty of the castle from the outside and enjoy the small but beautiful garden. So I have another excuse to visit this castle next time. Then we visit the small town of Weris, and is known for being one of the prettiest towns in Wallonia and as one of the biggest megalithic sites in the country and filled with dolmens. One of the striking landmarks of the Weris village is the Romanesque Church of Saint Walburgh. Not far from the Church of Saint Walburgh, you can find some authentic timber frame houses. There are also several old stone houses in the village built in the 17th to 19th century. Our last stop was the municipality of Hotton in the province of Luxembourg and part of Wallonia, where French is a spoken language, while we live in Flanders, in which Dutch is a spoken language. Ardennes became a very popular holiday destination, especially during the pandemic, where most Belgians prefer to stay in the country due to travel restrictions. The region relied heavily on tourism, but it was recently affected by flood, costing lives of many people and damaged a lot of properties and resources. Some of the towns, including Hotton, are still recovering during our visit, while others started to entertain tourists to catch up, and with this visit, we wanted to help the region in our own little way by exploring their attractions and supporting their economy. And since it's my birthday, I could not miss to enjoy a delicious and homemade ice cream in Hotton and enjoy the view along the river, looking at the children and the whole family having a great time. That ends our one-day trip in the Ardennes. Thank you for watching and see you again next time. Bye! Setiap adamu penuhi pandangku.